Good afternoon and welcome to the Mancunian Way. Good afternoon to the 90-minute show with Martin and Tone. Obviously, I am not Martin, but he is Tone. No bloody idea where Martin is. He'll either join at some stage or he won't. Who knows? But anyway, mate, how are you and how is everybody watching and in the chat?
I'm good, thank you. Other than Pep, I popped on the radio about an hour ago and I started welling up. I could actually feel, as I was talking about my favourite moments, I felt myself welling up and I had to sort of bloody calm myself. I think it's because I'm getting old. You know what I mean? Like, I never used to cry when I was younger. And nowadays, it's every bloody week, it seems, at the moment. I watch a film, bit of emotion, I'm a wreck. You know what I mean? I don't know what's happening, Oz. But yeah, Pep.
Middle age, mate.
How are you anyway? You all right?
Yeah, same as you, mate. I mean, we messaged earlier on, didn't we, on the group chat? And, you know, I said it just hit me this morning. I suddenly just started getting a bit teary-eyed just with the news breaking that, you know, it's finally official that the club have announced, and Pep has announced that he's off after the Villa game. And, yeah, as much as we knew it was all coming, still, like, it's hard. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, it is. And people have been saying, oh, yeah, you know, and to other people, you know, about, oh, you know, we've known about this and you said about this and all that. And to put a rough timeline on it, I think the word is that March was the time, maybe middle towards the end, I think. He basically made his decision and informed a couple of people, you know, whoever. And then the media got hold of it soon after, and there's been talk, little murmurings. And then, you know, then it's obviously picked up in the last couple of weeks. And I mean, if I'm being absolutely honest, and I've got the date stamp because it's on my Instagram, on the 2nd of May, I was told it is 100%. There is no it's done. And then last Saturday, just before, a few hours before the cup final, that was reiterated that it's over. It's over. Don't ignore all the, I've got a year left and he's gone and he's gone. And so I've heard it for a while, but it makes it no less difficult. It really hit, like you messaged earlier on the group chat, it really hit. And I think it's that video Pep did. And I think it hits because we won't have this again. I don't think we'll ever have a connection with a manager like this again either. He's just the best in every feasible way. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I totally agree with you. I mean, he's just about to go live his press conference, and we'll see if we can kind of get the bits out of that when we can. But you're right. We're not. I don't see us ever having a connection with a manager like this again. Some may argue and say company, but that's a still if, but maybe if he ever, becomes manager of City.
Yeah.
But we're never gonna. I don't think we'll ever see it in our lifetime again. A manager as successful as Pep. Do you know what I mean? It doesn't seem likely, in all honesty, unless they can clone him or one of his children. Becomes a knock off the whole block. And
so. At least they've appointed someone who does look like him. I mean, that's the best case scenario. There's pictures where you actually can't tell who's who on the training, from a distance and from the side. And it's like, hang on, which one is that? Or is that a mirror? It is weird.
Yeah.
I mean, I saw someone saying, well, Pep only won one Champions League. I mean, for fuck's sake. Maresca might do two. He might. He could well do. But, let's chill out here. We've won it.
Listen, I mean, I was hoping that he may say at his press conference before the news broke that he may just still stick with I've got 1 year left still on my contract. Yeah. And that I said in the group chat, that would just be funny, for him to still continue to say, I've still got a year in my contract, guys. So, I'm not going anywhere or it just kind of roundabout have a funny play with it up until Sunday. But I think the speculation is they couldn't keep it, any secret any longer or, not secret, but,
Yeah, and we've all been there, we've all been there. Oh, come on, there's got to be a U-turn. I actually had a City, big City fan who everybody knows in my DM yesterday saying, look, there's some talk about a possible, he might have just changed his mind after the cup final. I said, mate, it's not happening. It's not bloody happening. And then he messaged me about 20 minutes ago and said, shit, he's traveling somewhere and he's just, not good. And it's the end of an era, losing Stones. Bernardo, you boys discussed that on the Thursday chat. It just feels like the end of an era. And that doesn't mean it's the end of the club or end of success. It just feels like it's the end of one. And now, like last season, there was a bit of that. And people saying, it feels like the end of an era. There was never an end of an era till Pep went. And the minute Pep went, then it's the end. And that has now happened. And as much, and we'll go into it more, as much as I'm upset and gutted and all the rest of it about Pep, I'm really excited about the next phase and the next era. And it does feel, look, I'd keep Pep for another 10, but there is part of me that thinks now's a good time for a change, I think.
Yeah. I mean, obviously, I kind of, we talk about this and we'd also, discussed it on shows over the last week or two. And I was in firm denial that he was going, and I'd had a lot of agenda tone or agenda Marty, with all this news. And, I mean, the way I looked at it, and I said this last night, is that for me, it was either way. There was obviously definitely news that he could leave. But there was also equally amount of news to say that he could stay, for at least another year of his contract and maybe even extend. Do you know what I mean? No one was that 100% certain, a few weeks back. It could go, all the way to, December when Ornstein broke it and said that he could go. And again, it seems like every season it's the same news that's come out over and over again that he's leaving. And eventually one of these journalists was going to be right. And here we go. Do you know what I mean? So
Yeah, I think there was a bit more substance to it this time than the last. I think the others were like, oh, he's tired, and their view and opinion. I think this one had come from very close quarters, I think, had leaked it. I think there was a comment made in at the end of March to someone, and they picked up on it and went, "Oh, now that's interesting because I've not heard that," and it's blown up from then. But I think, you know, Pep's had a bit of fun and games, like you say. He's been very clever with his wording, and people have gone, all those people that said he's gone, they're all dead wrong. Look what he said. But when you break down what he said, he's been quite smart with it, really. You know, I've got a 1 year. Yeah, he's right. He has. That's totally correct. But we all love him. Well, there's a few Pep outers, but we won't go into those idiots. But the worst thing about them, Oz, and I will just say very quickly on them, is they will be out there today sending, Pep, I'm gutted, the best, and all this. They wanted him out 3 months ago, the bloody clowns. But yeah, no, I'm gutted he's going. And I was trying to think of my favourite moment of Pep, or a couple of favourite moments. What about you, Oz? You got any?
I mean, obviously, there's the what he's achieved. You know, the Centurions, domestic treble, the treble, the Champions League glory. You know, finally achieving what really, like, he was set out really to. It's why, you know, City decided that they wanted it, because they won the Premier League. They won the Premier League without Pep. They won the FA Cup without Pep. You know, it was the Champions League that City were, you know, striving for. And they felt that he was going to be the best person for City to achieve that. And there was a lot of criticism for quite a long time, because he won the Premier League, he'd won the FA Cup, the League Cup, you know, but it just seemed out of reach. Like, you know, we'd gone through so many semi-finals and a final against Chelsea, and, you know, there was a lot of criticisms of overthinking, and, you know, I think we can definitely say that final against Chelsea, he did particularly overthink, and that's probably one of his flaws, and the constructive criticism that we've laid at his feet at times. Do you know what I mean? But there is no arguing that a man's a genius. There's no arguing in a decade of being at City and what he's achieved, and the argument will always be now, who's the better manager between him and Ferguson?
Yeah.
And I know people, and United fans, I get it. You know, he was successful. There's no denying that. You know, his longevity and what he achieved.
Great manager.
Great manager, obviously. But I think what just pips Pep for me is what he's done in a decade, his level of success. The stuff that Ferguson said, you'll never do. You'll never win a domestic treble. You'll never do 100 points. And we did it. Do you know what I mean? Like, that for me, and just the way he had an effect on English football, during football in general, like across the world, everybody wanted to play the way Pep played, you know, with City. So, yeah, there's no denying his achievements, and I think what I'm going to miss about Pep is him just being kind of down to earth. So there's a lot of managers out there that have this gravitas, they have this, you know, arrogance, and Pep has a little bit of it, but but with Pep, it just always felt that he was very plain speaking. He was always very passionate about you know, not only the club but the players. Do you know what I mean? And that is just something that I think I'm really going to miss from Pep, because he never liked the limelight. He never liked the press conferences. And it's just sometimes the way he was a bit cheeky in them and stuff like that. I just am gonna. That's what I'll miss. Kind of, you know, it's just being so down to earth. Go on, mate.
Yeah, no. I was just gonna back you up on that, and also just say one of my favourite moments, and I don't mean for City under his watch, because that's probably obviously the treble, although you got the domestic quad and the 100 points and all the rest of it. But I think it was when we won the Champ League. And he walked onto the pitch and the camera went on him. And he had this look of a guy. He didn't really celebrate at that moment. It was just the look of a guy that was, well, I took it that way. I don't know the guy, but it was a guy that just sort of went, I believed in them and I knew they'd do it. And they had that big grin, and he was watching all the players going past him, going nuts. And it was that look of, I believe they would do it. It was like he wasn't surprised or overly celebrating. I mean, he obviously loved it, but it was that look on his face as in, yeah, the boys have done it, and we've conquered. And then we went on to win the Super Cup and the World Club Cup and all that sort of thing. And when you look back to that moment, when that whistle went, because Inter Milan they had chances, and Edison was immense. And I look back to that game and Pep's reaction. I went absolutely ape shit, fell over on the patio outside, went screaming like a kid out in the garden just after I saw Pep. And then I come back in and everyone had gone nuts and all the rest of it. It's just playing the way we did. We actually played pretty poorly in that final, to be honest. It wasn't a very good. We didn't play well at all.
Yeah, but let's be honest. Most finals are always poor. Like, it's rare that you get one of those finals where you edge of your seat, rip roaring, goal scoring.
And Arsenal won't change that next week, Ozzy, either. The way they bloody play, Christ.
Yeah, no, exactly. We'll get on to a bit of Arsenal in a bit, but just for now with Pep, yeah, I mean, his achievements speak for themselves. As fans, we are so emotionally attached to Pep, and we're emotional now looking at what we've lost, but I don't think it's even still fully hit us all yet. Do you know what I mean? I think come next season, when he's not on that touchline, not in the dugout, not at the first press conference of the season, that'll start hitting like, where's Pep? Oh yeah, it's Rascal. Still hasn't been announced, and it won't be, just yet. But this is about Pep. Today's about Pep. Sunday is about Pep. I don't think anyone really cares about the game. We said this last night. We didn't even really review it because it's not going to mean anything, and not just because we're not challenging for the title, but the bigger news is that Pep's going. Even if we were challenging for the title, it'd still be about Pep. Do you know what I mean? So you can understand why it's been kept so secret so long, as much as it was possible. Because Pep did not want this coming out while we were still challenging, and sadly it did. Some will argue and say, that Bournemouth performance shows that the players just have given up in some respects. Some people argue. I'm not saying that's the fact, but you can't say it didn't have some sort of effect, in some respects, because for me, as soon as they got off that bus, they didn't look like they'd. It just, something wasn't quite right for me. But listen, for me, we weren't good enough this season anyway to win the league, if we're being brutally honest. I don't think Arsenal have been brilliant either, but it is what it is.
Yeah, I've seen people saying Arsenal are the worst champions, and that's not City fans, that's just general football fans, and they're certainly up there or down there with the worst teams. To me, and I won't go too much detail because it sounds a bit bitter, but look, they've been the better team over the season and they deserve to win the league. But a team with Odegaard, Saka, and bloody Martinelli and Gyökeres and Havertz winning a team is disappointing for everybody else, I think, because that ain't good. So that in that thing, it's disappointing. But just to reverse back, if of course the players would have seen the stuff about Pep to Bournemouth, it could have had an effect. To me, the players looked knackered. They looked exhausted. And 72 hours after an FA Cup final, and I know people say, well, the squad, you can make changes and all the rest of it, but I just think mentally they looked a bit tired. But they fought for it at Bournemouth, but it just wasn't enough. And the mad thing is, I think if we'd have won that game, and we nearly did, by the way, right at the end, I think Rodri had a shot and our own player blocked it. That looked like it was going in.
I think the worst call was the VAR offside. Well, not even VAR, it was just, Haaland was flagged offside, and I haven't seen an image to show that he was offside yet. So, but anyway.
No, but Sky looked at it very quick and quickly shut that down. If that was bloody, Arsenal, they'd be going all round the bloody cameras, 360, all the rest of it.
But not even that. I mean, like during the game, Bournemouth got that call late. You know, that the referee flagged, the linesman flagged late for when they were blatantly offside, but they carried on. And so, for me, and this isn't just me being sour. I said this last night. It will sound like I'm being sour, but being brutally honest, over the last few weeks, it's been ongoing all season, but a lot of these big calls just seem to have been against City. And, you know, you can say, yeah, tinfoil hat, conspiracy theory, but at the end of the day, it's not just us that it's affected. It's affected other teams. And I think it's just, it's shown this season that the standard of referees and decisions with VAR has been really bad. And it felt like it has gone in Arsenal's favour when you look at, you know, Gabriel's headbutt on Haaland, Gabriel's handball in the penalty area. You know, I could go on Havertz, you know, with that challenge on, you know, last week. Yeah, it's just. But anyway, it is what it is.
Yeah.
Ed has joined us. Good evening, Ed, to you.
Yeah, I love Ed. You're right, Ed.
Yeah, man.
Very sad.
News, waking up to everything, man. It's a sad day, but it's also a celebratory day as well. So,
yeah, just to touch on Bournemouth again. Bournemouth are an excellent team. We were always in for a tough game. Yeah. Most informed. They were the worst team to play at that time because of the form. Excellent manager who's maybe going to Palace, which makes zero sense to me. But yeah, fair play to them. And as I say, there's Arsenal fans in the chat having a little moan. You know, they deserve the league, but my point is the players that have won that league proves that the quality. I mean, if you ever want proof that the Premier League is been poor quality this year, the Rags are in third. You don't need to say anything else. Bruno Fernandes, Xerxes are in third spot. That's all you got to say for that. So it is what it is. They deserve to win it. We haven't been good enough. And like Governor says, it wasn't just a Bournemouth game. I always look back to the Tottenham game. That was the day, the 2-up, their fans have turned on them, which they always do anyway at Tottenham. But the fans have gone. They've all walked out. The other lot are booing. They look like a team that just want to get off the pitch and go home, and we still couldn't win that game. And that I remember saying to my dad and I said, I'm telling you, that one is the one. How can you not win that game against? I mean, they had the best player on the pitch was Solanke. I mean, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, and I know everybody loves the stats saying, oh, we won more 3-0s than anybody else. But if you can't win a game 1-0 at times, you're not going to win the league. That's just case in point, right? And I know we love to say boring football, Arsenal, all that stuff, but, you know, if you can't close the shop at times late in the game to see yourself away, you're not going to get across the line.
No. Yeah. I'll tell you the big thing that's been an eye-opener at that game at Bournemouth, but also it's shown throughout the season just that midfield at the weekend. Sorry, not the weekend, but against Bournemouth on Tuesday. Was not good. And it's not been good for a while, as in it's not been the standard that we've expected during a Pep era. You know, the last time we probably had the best midfield in the league and probably in Europe was during the treble season. Do you know what I mean? We've not really had that since it's been unstable. It's been players with injuries. It's players coming to the end of their careers. And for me, that's where you kind of win a league is where we've done it before, is having such a dynamic midfield. And Bournemouth had that, and congrats to them because they really showed their midfield quality and was brilliant. So, you know, they were unlucky to not win the game. If it hadn't been for a fantastic, you know, last-minute goal from Haaland, they would have deserved to have won that game, in all honesty. I wouldn't have complained and I've gone, fair play. Do you know what I mean? Because they just were the better team on the day. So
they were better,
just
mate.
Quickly,
go on. You go.
I'm just because the super chats has come in. A membership. So City Ferrari 44 member for 28 months. Thank you so much, mate. Really appreciated. Mark City FC is also coming with 10 gifted super memberships. Please, anyone who's got one, please give him a W, and thank you very much, Mike. Much appreciated.
Go on, Mike.
Again, from Mike, 14 months. We appreciate all your support, being a member. And Mug 555 became a YouTube member for the first time. Thank you, mate. Really appreciate your support. It means a lot to us here at the Mancunian Way. And everyone who's watching, thank you for tuning in and hearing what us soppy lot I've got to say about Pep and going forward. Yeah, I mean, Tone.
Yeah.
I think, there's been a lot of reports over the last 24 hours, really. We touched on some of them last night. There was the news that Rodri is now considering his position again because with Pep now going, this is all reports. I don't know if it's true, but the reports are saying that he thinks his time at City may be done now that Pep's leaving. He's achieved all he can achieve at City, just like a lot of the players that have gone, the Kevin De Bruyne's, the Edersons, and the others. He's got a year left. There's no. I mean, I know there's been a contract on the table for a little while now, but we haven't heard anything since.
Yeah.
So, what are you hearing, mate?
Nothing really. There's, like you just said, contracts on the table. He's not made any decisions. Apparently, he's going to discuss it over the summer. But I've always been fairly confident he will stay and renew. And of course, he still may. He's known about Pep. There's no way he hasn't. I mean, if we've known for a little while, there's no chance on earth he hasn't, and other players haven't known. So I was told back in February, maybe January, that Rodri and Pep's futures were tied together. So if that is correct, then yeah, he'll probably be going. But we'll see. Maresca will probably get in his ear. Maresca will know how important Rodri is, and he'll get in his ear and say, right, I want you to be the man to lead us now. We need that leader. We haven't got Pep. We're under a new regime, a lot of young players, more youngsters coming in. You're the man now. And he may make him captain, all the rest of it, and throw all that at him. But I think it's a real 50-50 with Rodri. And people will say, oh, well, he hasn't signed yet. But I don't read too much into that he hasn't done it 12 months before. Obviously, there's a little, but I don't read too much because he was quite clear last summer when he said he wanted to take some time and his family will be the ones who make the decision, him and his family, which is how it should be, of course. And if he turns around in a couple of weeks and says, right, I've done it all here. I want to go to Real Madrid and go and live there instead of my family for X, Y, and Z, then fair play to him. I'll wish him well and on he goes. But I will say this, if he does want to go, you get rid this summer. You get your money and move him on. We don't want a year of Rodri when we know he's going out the door, because that's not going to help anybody. I mean, anyone who doesn't want to be here and feels their time is up, Pep as well, time to go.
Yeah. Well, getting on to, I was just going to say.
Sorry, Wi-Fi's back. Apologies.
What about your bloody phone signal?
Yeah.
Bloody hell, Martin.
40 minutes late and not a message in sight.
No, I'm
not
still waiting.
Sunshine.
Look at what I said again. Been dealing with that. Been digging up half my road.
But no, I think with any player at the age of Roger, though, with the World Cup, I think he's going to want his future sorted before
I don't like this.
The World Cup happens, right? A player at his age, a player that's going to command certain wages, player coming off injury, I think he's going to want his future sorted in for him not to sign a contract by this time. Guys, I think we have to be honest here. Anytime a player doesn't sign with a year left going into his last summer, he's gone. I'm just going to be honest here, right? Like, this is not a good sign. Like, nothing about this is good. There's no indicator of a good thing here. You hope he signs up, but at the same time, he's done a lot for the club too. If he wants to go somewhere else for his family, you shake his hand, you thank him, you get the money you get from him.
Yeah. I mean, obviously, the argument will be now from a lot of the media and opposition fans is that Pep's now gone. The pull you had to keep these players or bring in the big superstars in the future, you're not going to be able to do with Pep now gone. And I mean, when Rodri first signed, he was asked that question, about signing for a City and, about Pep Guardiola. And he said, I haven't signed to play under Pep Guardiola. I've signed to be a Manchester City player, and that should still be the case with all these players. You didn't sign for Pep FC, you signed for Manchester City. And obviously, yes, there's no denying the quality and the attractiveness of having Pep in the dugout, but there's a whole club there that has made that happen. Do you know what I mean? It's not just Pep. It's we've heard about Maresca and what he did during the treble. So there's a lot there at City that's to be grateful for these players. Hopefully staying or coming in. The other player, there's two players that I want to kind of get from you, Tone. Obviously, have been mentioned in the last 24 hours. He's also Savio and Josko. And again, the rumours with Josko being linked to Bayern and Savio again, leaving because, again, we had this argument last night, or discussion, I should say, really, of his quality. What are you hearing, mate?
Davigno's open to a move, is what I heard. Gvardiol. I mean, Savino, just to flip back there, I don't think anyone would be too upset if he left. He's still young, and I'm going to get hammered for this, but I do still see something in him that I think he can be a really good player. We haven't really seen it consistently, or let's be honest, we've barely seen it at all. And it won't be difficult to replace his one goal. Sorry, I had to make that little remark there. I'm sorry to people in the chat who like him, but
don't upset Martin.
Yeah. Would it surprise me if he goes? No, and it wouldn't anyone else. But Gvardiol, look, the word come out that his intermediaries are talking with City about a new deal. The minute that happens, the minute that is it public, what follows every single time? Oh, he's going to move here. He fancies a move here. He fancies to go back there. It's the same shit and routine every time. I think Gvardiol will end up renewing.
Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty confident he probably will as well.
I agree with you too. I agree with you too, Tone. Good evening, everybody. Legends in the chat. Hope you're doing well. If there's any Arsenal fans still in the chat, I just wanted to share this with you. Congratulations on your league win. Leave that there for the time being. If anybody took those people out of the chat, I'm disappointed in you because I was looking forward to that. But anyway, I agree with what you're saying, Tone, because when you put in perspective too, like what's going to happen over the summer is we're obviously talking about who's going to stay, who's going to go. Now, obviously, we've said before in previous shows, the key thing is going to be people have to go before we even consider getting anybody in. I've already just done the calculations, and I'm also factoring in payroll costs, obviously, with Pep coming off the books as well. You're talking £400,000 a week just alone, just what we used to pay, yearly salary or weekly salary for Pep Guardiola. Now, if you take John Stones' payroll off the books, Bernardo Silva, Nathan Ake, Manuel Akanji, and Jack Grealish, who we all know are either highly likely or definitely coming off the books, you're looking at taking somewhere between 1.5 to 1.6 million pounds a week in terms of payroll off the books. So if they're going to go and offer Josko, well, whether it remains to be seen whether they offer Josko Gvardiol a bump contract, 300k a week, could it be even more? We don't know yet. It's all there in place now to give him the big contract to keep him here for a long time.
Wow, Pat, you've been gone for a little while. I mean, we're considering putting, your face on milk cartons again, and you come back with all that statistics.
Good, thanks, Ozzy. How are you?
Good, mate. It feels like it's been a while, mate, really, in all fairness, but no, it's good to be back on the panel with you, mate.
I got the arse end of the work schedule, mate, so that's just how it is.
Yeah, I know what that's like, mate. I really do. I really do. So, Martin, how are you feeling? Obviously, now that the news is official, now that we've had that 3-minute video come out, how are you feeling, mate? Has it hit you? Because I put in the group chat earlier saying that obviously we knew about it, but I felt a bit emotional. It kind of did hit me this morning. I'm not gonna lie, it did. It just, I know you have sort of the same feelings as well. That it's, you can hear it, you can this news for weeks, months. But
Sorry, start that again.
in the moment,
press conference.
Oh, jeez.
I'm sorry. This is like really got me.
Pat, how are you feeling, mate? After the news is official.
Yeah, sorry, go on. I'm a.
We'll catch up with mine once he's watched the
I contemplated being emotional, but I don't think it would make sense.
That's right.
Yeah, I contemplated it, but I knew it wouldn't be that professional trying to talk to captains on the radio, trying to call their flights in, and they hear me in tears. So maybe I'll save it for another time and place, but not right now, I'm afraid.
Fair enough, mate. Fair enough. Martin, are you there?
Yeah.
You awake there, Martin?
Yeah, no, I'm awake.
Is it affecting you more than I'm giving you credit for, mate? Sorry.
No, it's probably everything at the minute. The Rodri news about this morning, it's bloody everything right now. It's like, last one out, turn the light off.
Doom and gloom. Here we go.
A little bit. No, it is what it is. He's never, listen, we have to move forward. We have to. He is the greatest manager we've ever had. Probably ever have. Like he's just saying, is that this is not something he's just decided. He's not woke up one morning and gone, yeah, I'm done. Something that's been on his mind for a while, which is fine. There was something I was told a long time ago, and I want to give the guy credit. I'm not going to name them. They know who they are. And Rich said it as well, and we said, Bernardo and him will go together. And it's a bit of a fitting thing that they go together.
Mm.
And Bernardo said, I think you know what? I still, maybe Bernardo because Bernardo said, by the way, that he was trying, they wanted him to stay. They offered him the 1 year, it was on the table, and he was like, no, I've told my family this was it. And I think that was probably the same. They get told only one player actually knew.
Really?
Properly. Which I think is probably going to be Bernardo. It will be Bernardo is probably the one who knew. I don't think they got told Tuesday, but I think they weren't like massively told. I don't think they knew 6 months ago. Yeah, it's going to be crazy to look over at the bench and not see him there.
Yeah.
Not sing his name. I mean, we will sing his name. And listen, it's not the end of City. I know it feels like that, and rivals will be having their parties right now, and they'll be celebrating. You know, Arteta's drove him away. He's not up for the fight, and he just said it's nothing to do with energy. I just think he wants to. I mean, it's good that he's staying in a global ambassador role. You know, I think that's just a fancy title. I think that's going to be a phone call. You know, he goes around the CFG sort of groups. You know, when New York opened their new stadium in 2027, he'll probably be there for that. He'll be on the end of a phone for Maresca. That, you know, he'll be on the end of a phone with a Khaldoon. All that sort.
You'll be in Maresca's ear like Obi-Wan was the Star Wars with Luke.
You know, but like I said, so Sunday. Yeah. So Sunday's going to be huge. It is. We said it last night. It's nothing to do with the game on Sunday. The game is like the annoying parts of it, which is weird actually. But you know, you've got three absolute legends of Manchester City leaving, and this is what I hope. As I've said, we're going to make Sunday Bernardo, Stones, and Pep. This can't now knock Bernardo and Stones into a big, huge chasm, and we just forget them now. It's going to be a celebration of Manchester City in the last 10 years. The last 10 years on Sunday is an anniversary for everything. I think as a football club, how this football club has grown in the last 10 years, not just locally, globally, not just from a Premier League level, but from a world European level. We're on the European map as one of the global forces now. People don't look at Manchester City as an easy touch anymore. People don't look at Manchester City as someone, used to come to City and say, easy 3 points, and that's all thanks to what this has happened in the last 10 years. The players, the manager, the chairman, everything. And listen, as much as we're going to do our mourning in the next 2 or 3 days, there is life. And by the way, we have to get behind Maresca. There's no alternative now.
Of course.
I don't want to hear all this bullshit in the next week because I've already heard it. If Maresca loses his first pre-season match,
fucking pre-season, we lost Al Hilal last summer.
This is what I mean. People have got to think
the players back.
And with what I was told, you know this, going to be the biggest summer. And I think we've now just started seeing it. Because I don't think it's just transfers. I think it's management, backroom staff. The whole kid caboodle is going to change. It's going to be a very different Manchester City. I will sit proudly in, which is now confirmed, the Pep Guardiola stand. So
he will now.
Screw you, South Standard.
Now.
Screw you.
Now, now he'll be proud to be there, won't you?
Screw you, South Standard.
There you go.
I'm a Pep Guardiola.
There you go. See? Yeah.
Oh, it all comes out.
Imagine how things change once a name's just whacked on something.
Yeah.
Isn't it,
so,
Pat?
Screw you,
and mind you, though, that concourse area looks massive. Like at half time, you probably only, worst case, you probably only have about 2 or 3 people in front of you when you want to line up for a beer and a pie.
Yeah.
It looks massive.
You'll have to leave an extra 20 minutes early, Pat, just to get out.
To move there if it meant that you can get immediate service at half time.
You'll definitely have to leave at half time, though, Martin, because, it'll take you forever just to get out. I mean, I know you normally
you can stay at 85 minutes now because he gets out quicker.
Sorry, but what's that you are all saying? Oh yeah, I'm the only one here who goes to matches, so kiss my
When
you factor in pound for pound location to
attendance. Location
to attendance, pound for pound, I go as many as you do.
Yeah.
Sorry, where was you at Vitality on Tuesday? Where was you at Vitality on Tuesday?
I was watching the back of my eyelids.
I was officially at City's. I was at Pep's final away game. I'm going to be at his final home game.
Do you have the ability to get me dual citizenship so I can move over there?
No.
We'll see.
We'll say,
can we get the subscribers up then? You might be able to.
If you two get married, you'll be all right.
Yeah, I'd say that. I think you should get married. Arranged marriage.
Yeah, they will arrange it, lads. Don't you worry.
Yeah, definitely.
Minimum of 3 will believe it. Yeah. I mean, I don't know what you guys think. I do think. Listen, I do think Rodri will go as well. I've been on my own with that. Me and Tony have got a private bet on that. Again, no, but I just think he will.
I'll tell you what. The thing I noticed at the Bournemouth game, after the game, he was the one who looked the most shell-shocked. I know a lot of the players like Docker and everything like that, they should be. Do you know what I mean? Because next season, you want that mentality of we're going into next season because we want to win the league because we lost it and when we were so close. But Rodri just looked like he did look.
You said this, Ozza.
You what?
You said this. Sunday's all about Pep.
Who's got the agenda now?
Disrespectful little son, you. Sorry, Bernardo Stones, you've been bumped.
It was only 9 years. Get to the back.
Yeah. I think what I was trying to say is when we said about the game, it was from, nothing was on the line. It was about Pep because the news been broke. That's what I kind of was trying to say. But anyway.
Just saw what Pep said that he told the group of players officially this morning together as a group, and he said it was awful. He was so nervous and so on, which is really sad. Obviously, the players, they're not stupid. If people out there know, then they're going to know. But to be told officially must have been, just very, very difficult to take, I think, especially for the players that will still be there, because Bernardo's obviously off anyway into the sunset. So and Johnny Stones, but yeah, we'll see, lads. I'm gutted still.
Did you do the memberships, Oz? Presuming you did.
I did, yeah. There's not another one, is there?
Yeah, that's what I chat. I just it's
Hold on.
It seems surreal. Listen, I'm not. By the way, I keep saying it. He's not dead. We will live on. Just today's going to sting a bit harder because it's official.
You can prepare yourself all you want, but when it happens, it's completely different.
I know Alan was on the phone to me at 5 a.m. still denying it. Wasn't happening.
It's sure not. He was on my Insta thing saying I was talking.
It wasn't happening.
He probably still denies the moon landing.
More than likely. Martin, Pat, can I ask you a question? Because I asked it Tony and I asked it Ed. Apart from the obvious, with what he's won and what he's achieved, for you personally, for you two, what are going to be the big memories? What are the most significant moments of Pep that are special for you?
Ooh.
I know.
Jesus. So many.
God, I feel like I have one for every season.
That's a fair comment, Pat.
Yeah. Like the little things just for me, from going from like what you see, what you saw on TV, you thought was impressive, and then when you see it in person, it's just on a completely different scale to understanding just what exactly goes on. That's why I always take everything Martin says about the way we play a lot more seriously than what I just see on TV or what I allow some analysts at halftime or after the game say, basically. So, but I mean, it wasn't just the fact that we had great players. It was you had a manager there who probably turned some of these players into something better than they ever thought they were going to be themselves. And it was just remarkable just to see what some of these great players were able to do under this manager. And I mean, you could start with the obvious, like Kevin De Bruyne. We already knew he had the vision, but Pep turned him into something even more special. Bernardo Silva was just we got our little sample of the 2 games against Monaco, and then he turned him into something even more incredible. John Stones just had all those question marks, about him coming to the club, and then he turns into something remarkable. Don't worry about the injuries. It's just when he played, he was special. But overall, I think I'll have to wait the chat to actually bring up some memories just to try and trigger some thoughts, bring back some memories now too. But for me personally, I've had a couple of meetings with him on pre-seasons that too, and he's been nothing short of a consummate professional. He has an incredible charisma about him too. He just everybody's drawn to him when he walks into a room and that too. And he's also just got such a gentle soul as well too. But that gentle soul is the sort of person you would be between people like you and me. But when he's talking to players and he wants to win, he's a fierce competitor and he wants to fight for everything he does. So for me, it's just the memories of knowing that he played with that all or nothing sort of mentality. He always looked to win every single game. And you felt like every single game that he played in, regardless of whether he got the lineup wrong or whether the score was wrong, we lost the game or something like that, you knew that he managed the same way he wanted those players to go out there and leave everything on the pitch. And that's what I'll best remember him by.
Mine.
I'm trying to think of an actual memory. It's so hard.
What about when he said Bravo was the best keeper in the world and his performance at Old Trafford was the best he'd ever seen a goalkeeper?
Yeah. Nunes is the great. No, do you know what it was to me?
And then he puts Caballero in goals the rest of the season.
I think it was probably that. Do you remember the Stoke game? I know she's really random, but the best I ever saw was, remember the Stoke game?
The Stoke game was...
I was there for that. That was
incredible.
I mean, that was football that I only thought I'd ever see in FIFA. That's what I call FIFA.
I mean, it was the KDB game because he played pissed off and didn't realize.
Yeah, it was just phenomenal. I mean, the trophies are the easy thing, but it wasn't even the trophies because it was about what he brought Manchester City. For me, the moments in that game, Stoke was just lick football. 2 wingers. KDB running the damn show. That ball from KDB to Sane to just, I mean, Jesus. Again,
Martin, you forget too, because you were sitting at that end, so you got the best.
I was sitting at that end when they were all going in.
You forget that everybody forgets the Jesus goal that was about 15 minutes before that. Because the pass that he put through to Jesus was just as good as the one for Sane. Everybody forgets that one.
Yeah, I was there that day. That was unbelievable.
And that's true.
Even the final game against Southampton to get the 100 points, like.
Yes,
that was incredible too. The way that ended, and maybe that's actually a good way to remember him by as well too. Where it was like that season wrapping up the league so early, like we did, and yet still telling the players like go for your history, like make yourselves immortal in a way. You know, like there's something here to chase, and they did. You know, they made it. I mean, like. See, it's funny. Like we look back on it now, and I've always wondered this: is like, would you got two choices? Would you take the 100 points, or would you have taken win the league in the Manchester derby, which we should have that season? But you don't get 100 points. What would you rather have? Sorry,
was that the 2-up, 3-2 down one?
Yeah. So you had a choice: either win that derby or win the league, but we don't get 100 points, so like we drop off, or would you still stick with Centurions and?
I'd probably stick with Centurions.
Centurions,
never been done and probably won't be done again. So
listen, Ronald, he may not be for you, but this is the time just to get behind him now. And by the way, I will say this because I don't want to do the big Maresca stuff right now, because we'll do a separate show on that. Maresca is a long-term project. There is no stopgap here with Maresca, guys. You need to come out of this world of Maresca's a stopgap. No,
he's not Pellegrini.
Maresca is the long-term vision.
He's the honest guy.
100%. I think Maresca bare minimum is going to be in between 3 to 5 years. Unless things go really badly, 3 to 5 years minimum.
Yeah, I think people are doing the copium at the minute. That is some stopgap for company or Enrique. No, he's the guy they wanted, which told me and you have known for a little while. That
Maresca's I've seen people saying, "Oh, I want company, not Maresca. Maresca's done nothing," and it's like, well, you know, if we're gonna get a bit sort of shirty about it, company relegated Burnley. You know, Maresca's not relegated anybody. He got Leicester up with ease and did what I think is a really good job with Chelsea. When you look at the absolute shit state they're in now, he won 2 trophies there, and Chelsea players love him. So I don't get.
Look at the drop off since he left. Since he left time. Yeah,
exactly. And it's not a dig at company. I'd love to have company again soon, but it's that. Oh well, I'd want company or Alonso, and it's like, well, they failed somewhere. Maresca hasn't. Let's get him in.
And the other one that I'm really curious to see is, I wonder if we're going to get a different tune out of Haaland as well, because we've got to be honest, and you see it throughout the years. It's like. Pep doesn't necessarily play his best when it's like an out-and-out number 9. As he's always said, if he had it his way, he'd have 11 midfielders on the pitch for 90 minutes every game.
Yeah.
I think Maresca may offer a different dynamic in terms of how he utilises number 9s when they play. He might even play the wideman. He might play Semenyo in a different way. He might play Doku in a more direct role. We don't really know exactly what's going to happen, but we've got to be optimistic about it. You can't be all doom and gloom, well, what if this happens or what if that happens? So what's wrong with being positive about that? What's wrong with actually seeing that maybe Maresca just sees things just a little bit differently? It might result in. By
the way, Pep Linders is extending his stay.
That's good.
Yeah.
All right, then. I think
some continuity.
First thoughts. Like Pep Linders has been being second in charge to someone like Maresca. I think sounds like a good. It just sounds good. It just sounds good.
I think Colo's apparently going to stay as well.
Oh, you got to have
what I've heard. Yeah. So.
But no, the big thing is we're getting Big Willie back.
Yes. Yes. Not even the goalkeeper.
We come up with a new nickname. We can't be saying
his nickname is Big Willie.
Actually, you know,
Big Willie.
We can't.
I'm all for that.
I can't.
Coaching staff of Colo Touré and Willie. A coaching staff of Colo Touré and Willie Caballero. I'm here for that.
Can I ask you guys a question?
Why can't we say Big Will? Why can't we just say Big Will?
Not Big Willie.
He's not Will Smith.
It's like
there's loads of we've had Dude, by the way, MCFC, thank you so much, mate. I hope you guys are well. Traveling from the UAE for the game on Sunday, gonna be sad. Safe travels, mate, and I hope you do get here on time and safely, mate. Have you guys seen the Enzo Fernandez still ramping up? I will be fascinated by an Enzo Anderson midfield build.
Oh, yeah.
I just can't get on board with it. I just can't.
And by the way, Colo has some advice for everybody after what is obviously a sad day today. Now, moving on.
Luke, approaching his 2-year anniversary, mate. Big up, mate. 20 years into 20 years. 20 trophies in 10 years. Incredible era. Spot on. Matthew's had a question for the panel. Will this be a fresh start for all the players now, including Grealish? Now, I know everyone's gone immediately to that. No. Is the very short and simple answer to that. It will not be a fresh start for everyone.
Yeah, Grealish is gone.
Yeah, I know everyone sat there. I mean, Tone.
Yeah.
I don't know. What about Calvin? Does he get?
Yes.
Any chance?
Maresca will unlock him. Maresca will use buzzwords.
That's it. Any chance for Trafford?
No. I'm sorry. No, he's going.
The problem is with Donnarumma is Italian clubs will either pay for the transfer fee, but they won't pay the wages, or vice versa.
I tell you what, I have seen though.
Denied the opportunity to extend.
Sorry, yeah, Pep Linders is actually going.
Oh, is he? He's not extending.
What?
No, he's gone.
So he said no.
Now. See, that's what I thought. I got told last night. I think you did. Colo and him were both leaving. Then someone said that they will. I don't know. Oh, yeah, officially there will be a statue to the Pep Guardiola. It will feature on the approach to the Pep Guardiola stand.
Makes sense.
So when we said last night, he's getting a statue and he's getting a stand. Yeah. So yes, Pep Linders is also leaving.
Christ. Can't believe he's turned that down. I knew he'd been offered an extension.
It's big.
I'll tell you one of the arguments I have seen.
Thank you, Tom, for the 5 gifted, mate.
You're welcome.
Thanks, Tom.
Welcome.
I mean, we don't know. I mean, we don't know if he was given the same, if he was offered to be the second in charge, or if Maresca wanted his second in charge, and he would be taking a level down.
Who is Maresca's second in charge normally?
Is it Big Willie?
No,
he was the goal coach.
I'm just looking now.
He was definitely the goal coach at Chelsea while he was there.
Yeah.
Right, his backroom staff is.
I tell you what, I do want to know though.
Oh no, Willie Caballero was his assistant.
Can he be a player? Can he be a player manager in case we need him in goals for a shootout?
The goalkeeping coach is Michel de Bernardin.
Oh, so Willie is the second in charge. Okay.
Willie is going to be his assistant. So Willie will be the number 2.
Yeah, Willie with the assist.
I tell you what, I do want to know. I want to know who's going to be the set piece specialist coach, because the last guy has been a joke. Like, I'm sorry.
What, French? You don't like French?
No. What's he done? I've seen nothing this season from French is so cool.
You don't like the French.
Colo Torre's going as well.
That's a real big agenda right there.
Colo's going as well.
Yeah, I thought Colo would. Yeah.
Jesus. Everyone's going.
It's all change.
Rodri, Grealish.
Yeah, just on CX.
Martin would go, but they just named his stand Pep Guardiola stand. So.
Pep Linders will leave Man City, has opted against signing a new long-term deal to become one of Enzo Maresca's assistants. Despite the club being keen for him to stay, he will stay. He will say goodbye after Sunday. Jesus, this City extras just dropping, breaking here. He said, Pep said it'll be out of management for a while. That's the feeling he's got right now.
I think he's going international in the future.
So Alex Ferguson has sent him a message. No one knows what it's about. Obviously, that's a nice moment for him. Pep Guardiola's 94-year-old father, Valente, will be at the Etihad for his son's final game, which is Jesus, I'm getting more emotional when I read about this. Said, oh, God, speechless, no words. What can I say? No words. I feel like that my vibe or my energy will be there forever. I like that feeling. In the bad moments, someone looks there and remembers Pepe will send good energy to the team, the club. It's the most incredible, huge honor that I've got to have the stand and be called global ambassador. Kevin De Bruyne and Manuel Akanji have also rang him. He's leaving with an incredible sense of incredible peace in his soul. He gave everything to the club, put it in a better position, and the people enjoyed what he had done in the past 10 years. Yeah, it's.
I'm not gonna, and there's just been some news out of Chelsea camp. Fernandez wants out.
Yeah, he's definitely going. Yeah,
you know where he's going, don't you, Tom?
Make no mistake at all. City are definitely looking at Fernandez.
Well, we're gonna. Right.
You're gonna come to us or
is this a separate show?
He's either coming to us or Madrid. That's where he's gonna be.
No, but you know what's going to happen. Rodri's going to go to Madrid. We're going to end up with him.
Him and Anderson.
I know we're talking. We'll talk about this more. I know how people feel about the personal life.
I've got to stick my whole beliefs out the window there, Wed.
I'm not saying stick your beliefs out the window, but we've had players. There are players at your club that you have disagreements with. You don't like them as a person, right? I'm just saying.
Listen, I mean, I agree with what Martin has said about Fernandez. I don't agree with what he said in the past. I think it's disgusting. I don't particularly would want that kind of person at my club. If we want to talk about his qualities as a player and what he might, if he was brought in, what he might contribute and what he might be able to add, we could have that conversation. But I'm kind of in the same camp as Martin in that it's not particularly a character that I think I really want. But
I'll just look at him as another player that we know probably special.
Yeah, you don't got it. Yeah.
There's going to be no. Listen, I can't do anything about him. I'm not going to. Listen, I can't just quit going because they signed him. That's on their head.
Well, listen, Martin, as well, that, we know, and this happened, we talked about this last night, that, with Maresca coming, we've already been linked to like several players from Chelsea. Do you know what I mean? He's not the only one that we're being linked with. And that just happens, doesn't it?
The big question is that if Chelsea think that we're going to pay the same money that they paid for their players, they've got nothing coming.
Yeah, not a chance.
Kelly, you don't need to keep spamming Gunner in the
show. I'll tell you what, if Rodri left, I'd have Caicedo, but if they think we're going to pay 120 million for him, no chance.
No.
The problem is, to get a Rodri replacement, Pat, we're going to have to pay some form of money, mate.
No, I know, but
you're not going to get a Rodri replacement for 50 million quid.
No, I know that. I know that. But what you're saying is 70 million less than what I'm saying. It's like, whatever it is, meeting in the middle. But I know Chelsea are going to do everything in their power to try and use like the Premier League tax.
Yes, they're going to fleece.
They'll do everything, and given the fact that they're obviously hemorrhaging something like £4 million a week or something in costs.
With us doing the stand, I'm just going to play devil's advocate just for 2 minutes. We're doing the stand and the statue, and he's helped choose his successor. Is there anybody concerned with doing the same mistake somebody else did not too far down the road? I'm just spitballing. I'm not saying
if the squad was in bad shape, or if I feel like
the last season, I think you could make that argument.
Yeah.
Kelly, can you not spam Donnarumma to leave? You need to say it once.
Yeah.
Are you saying that he got the job on the technicality of a legend who recommended it? Give it to Giggsy. Where's that clip when I need it?
Yeah.
Yeah, listen, I do. For what it is, I think it is different because I think Manchester City's in a good place. I still believe. I think Pep would have gone last year if we hadn't had that disastrous season.
Yeah, possibly. But I think he likes 10. He's done 10. He keeps saying 10 years, 10 years. He loves 10 years.
My missus is gutted, by the way. My missus is gutted. Gutted.
Another short ball.
And she's not into Maresca either. She went, he looks like the guy who did
Pep.
What's it called? No, Spence, the guy who does the pineapple branding.
Oh, Studios, yeah. Spence.
Yeah, she said he looks like him. Spencer. I went, okay.
God, that's harsh. That's harsh.
Mate, I don't lie. I know people think me and Tone lie a lot. I know they do, but we really don't. People now think, no, I appreciate what you're saying. I'm not, mate, we're not asked about being right or wrong. All we're saying is we don't lie. We get things wrong. We don't lie, though.
Hey, Ozzy's been giving us shit for 2 bloody months about Pep.
I knew you were going to come back to that.
Come on, Ozzy, I want to.
He's laid down his sword.
Hey, you had one at the beginning of the bloody show.
Sometimes maybe good, sometimes maybe shit.
I know, Andrew. I'm with you.
I mean, another thing you guys have been saying too. I know you guys got a lot of shit for this. Anderson can be a Rodri replacement.
Ed, that's gonna stir it up.
I know how some people might feel about that. I know some people don't think he's a 6, but
plays it for England.
And like I said, we don't know the new setup of how we're going to play. You know, does our 6 need to be this all and out, up the pitch, passing and stuff like that? Like I said, when you look at Chelsea and what Caicedo does, yes, he's up and down the pitch. He is, but he's more of a presser. He's more of a tackler. You know, he has passing range, and I think Anderson has similar qualities to that. And I think, you know, Maresca maybe wants a more robust 6. He can utilize a more robust 6. So I think.
What isn't done yet, Governor?
Can I ask everyone a question, actually? Because this is an interesting.
Talking about Maresca? Oh my God! Come on.
No, Governor Maresca's coming, mate. He's in denial everywhere at the minute, Governor. He was still arguing with me this morning that it wasn't happening. He said Pep's not going. Yes, he is.
Maresca's 3 years done.
Somebody check on Trev, man. Somebody call Trev, man.
I've sent Trev the link, but I know it's early in the morning for him, so he might be asleep.
Is a question I've got? Is there a player?
Go on, Ozzy.
Yeah, he is.
He's in Thailand. He's only 2 hours behind me. It'll be about 9:30 at night.
You might be busy, mate. The question I've got
from you.
The question I've got.
Let Ozzy ask his buddy question, Pat.
I'm calling you out for your lack of geographical awareness.
Don't look like National Geographic.
Well, I don't know. You're in a square. I could put a yellow border around it.
Show the brand.
So my question is,
what'd you get from Costa?
Jesus.
Ask you a question, Oz.
It's not as easy as it used to be.
That's true.
Happy Friday, everyone.
So my question is, with Maresca coming in, do you think, and this is to the whole panel and people in the chat if they want to answer it as well, is there a player at danger not being utilised like they have been? Like, could we look at like O'Reilly? Could he be in danger? And I know he's done so well, but he's not what you call a natural left back. You know, he's in like, you know, what we'd expect. Nunes is, again, not a natural right back. Could, I'm just using those examples, could there be other players that potentially might lose out with Renzo coming in with the way he's going to want to play them, you know?
Just a feeling, but I think O'Reilly might get more utilised in the midfield. Nunes, I think, I can't see Maresca getting a different tune out of him, getting a different tune out of Nunes to where he would be able to play midfield unlike what he couldn't under the Pep system. Saying that, I still think he can continue doing what he does, but I would not be surprised if the club and Maresca decide to bring in a recognised right back, maybe a younger, more quote unquote, I know it's a buzzword, but more raw sort of player, so he can sort of compete with him for the right wing back role, whatever you want to call it. Midfielders, I don't know, a little bit initially for me. I think Reinders might be a little bit at a risk here, unless he can prove that he can actually be what we were looking at, and like a number 8/box crusher, like we were hoping he'd be a regen of Gundogan, but remains to be seen. They're probably the three that probably. I'm glad you brought up O'Reilly and Nunes, because they were probably the three, and along with Reinders, they're probably the three for me that probably had the most question marks. But of all of them, I think Nico O'Reilly would be the one that would be probably most heavily utilised by Maresca. Well, his versatility is just shining through already at 20 years.
Well, Spicy says, "Who gets any players get a fresh slate?" No, like I said, I don't think everyone will, by the way.
But I did say
Bill, maybe
the most interesting player I am interested to see how is utilized is O'Reilly, because we know O'Reilly. He wanted O'Reilly at Chelsea in the summer. So he's had interest in O'Reilly for a long period of time. So I'm really interested to see what he does with O'Reilly, where he sees utilizing O'Reilly in his skill set. Does he want him higher up the pitch? Does he want him inverting? Does he want him more in a natural midfield role?
Well, Ed, looking at the way they've played with Cucurella, you would think that O'Reilly won't be staying there and may get moved to the middle, just purely based on what he's done before. And I keep saying this on shows, but there's an interview with Maresca where he quotes that Cucurella is his favourite player to work with. So I know there's them links, and they're maybe a bit lazy, and we've still got Ait Nouri here, who's a good player. I just wonder if that happens, then he's almost definitely going into the middle.
Alpha Colo and Pep Linders are both going.
I could see him using Ait Nouri as the Cucurella, as being that player, because he is very skillful. We know how skillful Ait Nouri is. Do you know what I mean? And I think we haven't seen the best from him, in all honesty, this season. And that's not his fault. The AFCON injuries. But there's been times where he linked up with the midfielder and the attackers up front really well at times. So,
I think it's a shout. I think it's a shout that Ait Nouri is one to watch for during the World Cup.
Yeah,
along with Jim Gunfisher. There is no other name, mate. It's Maresca. Pep Linders isn't staying, mate. It's been announced he's going. Yep. Trev, good evening. Good morning.
Hey, good evening.
Trev.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
You are, mate.
Trev, don't tell me you still got no.
I just have to say, I've been telling you for weeks. Pep's definitely going.
Bollocks. Absolutely.
And I was right.
Don't believe the ITKs. They don't know shit.
All these journalists, they with their and I've always been very clear. Pep's definitely going. I didn't do any of this nonsense that all the journalists do. I just told you straight every day I was on the show. I told you exactly what was happening, and look what's happened. Who was right?
Did you make a song about it, Trev? You didn't make a song about it, did you?
I did make a song about it. Yeah, I never played it to anyone because I just didn't want to show off about how right I am and how ITK I am, because I just don't like to reveal my sources.
Fair enough, mate. Fair enough.
It just makes the journalist jealous.
How are you feeling now it's actually official, Trev? How are you feeling?
Exactly how I thought I would feel. I cried at the video. Of course I did, but I would have cried at the video had I not fought a good fight for keeping hope alive, which was my mission and what I wanted. So, I did that, and, maybe helped some people get through some bad minutes. And, I just feel exactly the same as I would have had I believed everything that was being said, which turned out to be right. I didn't feel any worse, didn't feel any less painful, but it didn't shock me. It didn't surprise me. Some people are saying that, and I think people will process it differently. Some people are saying now it's real. and they've known for weeks. You know, these are people who weren't hoping, you know, that, and people who had no hope, but they said, now it's real, it's really hit me, you know. So I think, I feel how I thought I would feel. It's not great. The one way I feel slightly better is, some of you will know I've been obsessed with this idea about continuity. And I arrived at an idea today, maybe yesterday, that made me happy. So you all know, you guys have all heard me talk about, you know, the precedents for continuity in football clubs, Liverpool and Barcelona. Then I asked the American audience on Tarek's show, and they gave me a different way to think about it. But all those things together, what people responded with, made me think to the next step. And I know where the continuity is, and it isn't Maresca. He's only had a year with Pep and a year with the EDS team. That's not continuity to me. The continuity has been there staring me in the face all the time, and that is Khaldoon and our board. Yeah. That's the continuity. That's the boot room for us. The succession is in their hands, and so I feel much better than I might have done had I not solved that in my head, because the continuity is the most important thing to me, because only 2 clubs have ever pulled it off, and every other club has failed, and lots of clubs have tried to replace an irreplaceable manager, and all of them have failed, especially Man United, who we enjoy very much talking about failing. So I found out where the continuity is just by thinking about it some more. The continuity is Khaldoon and the board. We're in very good hands.
But actually, actually leaving, he's leaving the manager role. So
yeah, he's global ambassador. Global ambassador. Right?
And I think that's the point that Martin was making earlier, that, you know, unlike United when Sir Alex left, you know, the board left as well with him. Do you know what I mean? The infrastructure of that hierarchy left. We're not getting that with Pep going. You know, Khaldoon and Shariano aren't leaving. Do you know what I mean? They're continuing.
I think it helps too, because our club certainly has a lot less politics in it as well.
Yeah.
Because when a big manager leaves a big club, especially in Europe and that too, you know, there's a lot. I think there's a lot of a bit of a power vacuum in it as well too. You know, like when Pep left Bayern as well too, there was a lot of, everybody wanted to have their say in how they wanted the club to be run and that too, and it wasn't that. And yeah, Pep did a lot with Bayern Munich in terms of leaving it in a good place, but you know, I mean, it's always going to be a tough act to follow. But I mean, when you talk about big clubs in Europe like that, who do have a lot of people, have a lot of a say, it can fall on its ass very, very quickly unless you've got the right structure in place. I think for us, I think it's quite simple, because the hierarchy is basically Khaldoon and then well, it was Cheeky, now it's Viana and Soriano, and then basically after that, it's just everybody always, it just enters them really, and there's such a strong mutual understanding between all 3 of those that it just makes everybody else's job easier.
Yeah.
I wonder what Maresca is going to feel like on his first day at work. Yeah. Is he going to feel like he's auditioning? I don't mean that he's only his stopgap. I have no time for that argument at all. No. That he's a stopgap for company. That's absolute bollocks. But I'm wondering how he feels. You know, it's like, this is a job he's clearly wanted for a very long time. But how does he feel? Does he walk in feeling like, I am the man? You know, or does he walk in like, you know, first day at work, although he's familiar with the place? I wonder how he approaches the players. I wonder whether he says, you know, it's my house now and these are my rules, or does he just take a bit of time to see how it works and how he's being received? Fascinating time, really interesting times. Yeah, but I'm 100% behind him. He wouldn't have been my choice. But I once told a story about IBM having this phrase at their higher management level: if you disagree with something in a meeting, but it's voted the other way around, they say disagree and commit. You know, that's the end of the meeting. We disagree, but we commit to the decision, and then everyone has to do that. So that's where I am with Maresca. I disagree. I would have preferred Areola for different reasons, but But now it is Maresca. I commit 100%. Absolutely. I forget any negative thoughts I had about him or my own personal preference. Better people and smarter people than me who know how to run a brilliant football club successfully have chosen him. I can only respect that.
Well, I think in all fairness, Trev, I think we'll probably do a bigger, deeper dive into Maresca on another show, because obviously, you know, Pulpy's just joined. Afternoon, mate. Really good to have you on. So I do want to try and keep it as much as about Pep and with the news. We will get onto Maresca more and more. Pulpy, how are you feeling, mate? Now the news is official.
It's like the worst kept secret in the world, right? You know what? Right, I was all right. I'd accepted it until I saw that video. I was like, come out of nowhere. I was working. I thought, what's this? I watched and I was like, straight. I was like, oh my God, I'm done here. Yeah. And I'm an emotional guy. Things get me when it's like heroic stuff or goodbyes. And I was a wreck after that. And the bit that done it for me is that bit when he says at the end when he's reading that poem out from that guy from Manchester, he says, this is our place. He goes, this is my place. In that picture of Manchester, I was like, yeah, I'm done here. I was balling, man. Yeah, I was done. Just got me, man. It's just things like that, you know, that you just, what can you do? It's mad.
Our kid sent me a WhatsApp. I could have done without hearing this at work.
Yeah.
Do you know what's funny, Poppy? I posted that video on our Sydney Blues social medias, and everybody who is from this part of the world all liked and commented it. Not a single expat, Mancunian expat lives here. I haven't heard from them yet, so I know they're in floods of tears right now.
Yeah, is it? It's just right. It was more of hearing it from his words. It was always going to be emotional, but it was like so well delivered and short and sweet, and pulling the plaster off, I think, is what we needed. Obviously, Sunday's a different story, but like such a cold video, which is like full of emotion. But yeah, it was really sad. And then the news starts to filter out about the stadium and stuff, and then I think it's just a perfect
statue.
The statue, the stadium, and it's just like such a sweet touch. And then his press conference, man, he just looked like a weight's lifted off his shoulders.
That's
you know what I mean? And now we can celebrate and enjoy the last. Come Monday, mate. It's the king is dead. Long live the king, man. You know what I mean? But
on the last show, we were talking about the statue. And I posted it out, and I said it should be the size of Christ the Redeemer from Rio de Janeiro, and they put it on the top of Werneth Low, right? So it can be seen from everywhere in Manchester, and you can see Manchester from it. Someone's actually done someone's done an AI Christ the Redeemer.
The Redeemer.
And they've done it.
What was it, Trev? Angel of the Northwest?
That's in Newcastle or somewhere weird, isn't it?
Yeah, I agree with. See, my big thing is I also.
Oh, Newcastle's weird, but I mean, you know, somewhere that's not.
That's why I called it Angel of the Northwest. It's one to compete with the Northeast. Yeah.
Do you know? For me on Sunday is it's going to be Pep. And listen, I'm not going to forget Bernardo and Stones in this. Those two are legends that are walking out as well. Not walking out, leaving. Stones. Bernardo, I wish Bernardo all the best, by the way. I do think it'll be abroad. Well, I know it's going to be abroad where he's going to go. Stones could be Everton, Bayern Munich. Bayern Munich, that is true, by the way. Bayern Munich are in the mix.
Very happy with that, with either of those for Stonesy. I think he'd be loved at both of those.
And people are not going to like me for this. I'm going to stick my neck on the line. Yeah. Call me out for it. Call me a liar. Call me a no fuck all. I am going to do my own private goodbye to Rodri on Sunday as well.
Oh yeah, it's a bit
premature.
Are you lying? Are you a bit crude? I don't know. Like, what's going on?
I don't know. What are you doing, Martin?
Breaking.
I'm going to stand on what I've stood on for 6 months. I think Rodri will leave in the summer.
Okay, that starts off like goodbye. Okay, all right.
You don't go for Enzo and Anderson and all them if you know the other guy ain't going.
Are we going for him? Are we sure? I mean, no, Anderson, definitely. He's signed almost.
Enzo's on the list and he has turned down his new Chelsea contract.
Okay.
So,
yeah. Apparently he's made it clear he wants to go.
Yeah, he wants out. And I just, listen, I will love Rodri. I will say this on Rodri, and people can come after me, attack me, call me a bullshit or whatever. Rodri's not about football. It's about family. If the guy wants to have his family... Let him. I don't think it's right to attack a player because he wants to leave Manchester City. If I worked abroad, like look at Treb there, if he was into Treble will probably always have that emotion of going back home to Manchester. There is no place like home.
If he goes home because of his family, then he's got his priorities in the right order.
That's what I mean.
For sure.
Yeah, and for me, anyone's allowed to leave City at any time they want. If you're going for the right reasons, that's fine. If you're going because you want the grass is greener stuff, in football terms, I'm not about that. So if Roger says, you know what, I've done 8 years, I'm packing my toothbrush and my flannel, I'm having it on my shoulders, then so be it, mate. Well done, shake your hands and off you go. But I don't like when Sane went, and I just don't like that. But if you shake hands like a gentleman and walk out, anyone can go for me.
Well, look,
do you know what it is? Do you know
he regretted it in the end, though, didn't he, Paul P? Do you know what I mean? He really regretted that decision in the end.
So he should.
I'm not going to name the person, but there's a person that speak to emails me about this, and for 6 months they have said Rodra is on his way, and everything they've told me has come out later on in the press as facts and everything else. So I 100%. I thank them, by the way, for all the information. I'm not going to name them. They're a top person. They may be leaving, actually. So that might be my shutdown folk on as well. Everybody's, hey, what? Is Tone leaving? No, Tone ain't the guy.
It's tits out Jackie.
I'd WhatsApp. I wouldn't be emailing anyone. What's the email?
Yeah, he don't email anyone. He WhatsApps everyone.
No, Tone's going to be in the bushes, okay?
Yeah.
I've
heard
These binoculars.
Listen, by the way, I do what Rodri
I've heard Tone's been asked to take up an advisory role. Do you know what it was? Do you know
what it was for Rodri? It was watching him on Tuesday at the Vitality. Rodri was very emotional at the Vitality on Sunday in front of the fans.
Yeah, so was I at home.
Yeah.
At home, you fake fan. But that's my point. You're plastic.
Plastics
I went to my first game before you did.
You can be quiet, Sunshine. Your team are cheating bastards. Been confirmed as cheating bastards. Well, sorry, I forgot. This is still 90 minutes. We need the banter bit in the 90 minutes as well. You're a cheating bastard, you.
There's only one plastic here.
Cheating bastards.
I feel sorry for Hull. Hull have been dragged through the coals by that cheating bastard Southampton team. Tell your mates they're cheating.
Who's he talking to there?
You Southampton fans.
My mate watches this, my Saints fan mate. He's very, very upset.
Cheating bastards. You know what you are. You know what you are.
Listen, Martin.
Martin. And there's some more breaking news coming out, guys.
Jesus. Can you stop with the breaking news?
That Reinders is on a short list for Juventus.
Okay. Anyone else?
It's going to be everyone. But listen, by tomorrow morning, the entire squad want to leave because they're not getting enough minutes over Maresca, and Maresca's out.
Breaking news, I'm going to Pulpy's channel.
Well, I've got some real breaking news. Sadly, I've got to go back to work. So, yeah, that was a quick say hi and bye from me.
I'm all the best, Pulpy.
Guys, can I just say, go and give Pulpy a sub. Love his channels. I don't make them because he does them at 5 a.m. because he's just awkward.
I did one the other night at 6 o'clock. 8 o'clock in the morning, city breakfast, but might be tonight. I don't know. It's just in a minute. It's one working, so it's whenever I can. But usually in the morning for an hour. But yeah, cheers, appreciate it.
Don't show him a lot of love. Go and hit that subscribe button. Top guy.
Good having you on, mate.
See you, mate.
Listen, Martin, we need to give Tone a bit of a break because at the end of the day, he's having to be dragged to the Arsenal parade, whenever they have it. She's dragging him to the parade.
You're not.
She's not
going to the parade. Is she going to the parade?
Bloody shit stirrer.
Is she going to the parade?
No. Mate, she doesn't care if Arsenal win or lose. She doesn't give a shite.
So it's an house full of plastic.
It's not what it tells us.
Is your house made of plastic as well?
I gotta give a shout.
You remember that?
I got to give a shout out to Stefan, who posted an absolute banger, but you can't comment on it. So Stefan Borson, he said, So when do we start asking Arteta if this is his last season at Arsenal?
Maresca's drove him out.
yeah. Maresca's driven him out. Because City have been exonerated on the 115, Arteta's fucking off because he now knows that City is still alive.
Well, I said last night it's going to now be the storyline will be is the two disciples, the two assistants of Pep going head to head.
They've got through. They've came up with 3, I think. Isn't there another one in the Premier League?
I mean, technically, Ten Hag is an understudy of Pep as well.
Yeah, but he's no longer at United. So,
by the way, I do want Rodri to stay. Don't underestimate me saying that. I want Rodri to stay. I want him signed, but I can't go down another emotional road of begging someone to stay.
Do I need to be denying this?
Yeah, Trev, this is where I need your not 1%.
Fine, okay. I'm in.
We've got to talk about it too, because obviously...
Jay, have a great time on Sunday, mate.
Right.
Breaking news, Martin joins AFTV. Not enough money in the world.
Soon as
we
mentioned Stefan Borson, should we also talk about the fact that he obviously said on Talk Shite the other day that he reckons probably the next couple of weeks that they should announce something about
Brilliant article he posted today on how the delay itself actually could leave the Premier League wide open when it comes to an appeal, and bad for the Premier League because the decision has taken so long that it's unprecedented how long this decision. And in the article, it's a real heavy article, but he cites case law. He cites the cases where the precedent was brought in, where people have contested ongoing cases or cases where the delay was, and nothing like what we've had. Apparently 3 months is supposed to be the legal limit. And there's a case called Bali, I think, or Baki, and that's the precedent case, what people refer to when they contest decisions taken after a long period of decision. And it's a really compelling article. It's heavy, but it's worth reading. Yeah,
Martin might be on that tonight. That's his.
Do we know when Manesca gets announced next week? Listen, let's get Sunday and Monday out the way. Jesus, let's get a little bit of airtime into the old chair and desk before we're slipping a new guy in. I think we're going to lose some fans.
Yeah, we're going to be back under 8,000.
I hope not, but I do naturally think there will be some fans who leave, and that's fine. I think that's just 2026 football, Ash. So a lot of fans now do follow players, managers, and that's fine. That's okay. It is what it is. I was speaking to someone yesterday who said they're going on loan to Bayern Munich for 2 years. Yeah. Well, have a great time.
See ya. Don't come back.
Man, Pep leaves in our first episode. Our first episode back, we'll be going, we're on the road to 5K again.
But don't actually do that. Please don't do that. My children need food. So
I don't know, Pat, what you saying about 115?
Like and subscribe, or Martin and his kids will be singing for their supper tonight.
We'll be doing Oliver Twist. Tone, Cade's asked a question. Any truth on the Anderson personal terms agreement?
No. I thought I saw a here we go from someone quite credible, someone with like 450,000 followers. Not Fabrizio, but I'm pretty sure I saw a strong and then I read the article and it looked pretty solid.
Did you get the article?
No,
good man.
Yeah. Sorry, Ed, were you saying something?
You wrote it. Yeah, Martin.
I did it under my pseudo name.
Martin underscore MCFC.
Governor's lost.
No, I've not heard that. No, I haven't heard these agreed personal terms. I know there's talks going on. The clubs have started apparently, but nothing.
I'll see if I can find it.
But it's got to happen quite soon, I guess, with the World Cup. Well, not necessarily, but City will most certainly want it done ASAP.
I've heard done before the World Cup starts.
Yeah, could
by the way, well, on that, can I just say big up to James Trafford, big up to Nico Riley, big up to Mark Gahey. Who else has gone? John Stones, our ledge, he's going as well.
Yeah.
What does everybody feel about Jordan Anderson getting the England squad?
Hang on, I think I found it.
Who?
Agreement in
That
principle
squad
between
sucks. That England squad sucks.
I mean, when I saw the, and I know
it doesn't blow me away,
right? But it seems like
Bellingham
he's
got in that
going
squad?
for more players who are out and out their position. He wants out and out wingers. He doesn't want a midfielder that can be a winger. He wants people that can beat a man out on the wing and can put a ball into the box, right? For strikers, he brought Harry Kane, Ivan Toney, the out and out strikers. He doesn't want a false nine. It looks like he doesn't want to do that. He wants out and out players. I think the only mishap I saw was maybe his fullback choices, like he's taking Spence. And he's taking,
over Lewis Hall. That's poor as well.
Yeah, I think that's the biggest thing for me.
Lewis Hall could be up for grabs,
but and I can't blame him for that. I think it takes we always talk about for a manager taking over the English spot, he has to make big decisions.
Yeah,
a lot of times with the other managers, they brought in a lot of noise around him. Tuchel's not. He's making his own decisions, and he's going to have to live with his decisions. I think he's going to be judged on his decisions. So you got to give him credit for making big decisions.
Maybe he'll get sacked and Pep will be England manager next. You never know.
I don't know. I've convinced myself that if Pep goes international, he'll manage the Dutch. Because I don't think
he'll take another club job. If I'm honest, Pat.
No, not a club. No, he'll go international, and that may not be for another 5 years or so at least. I just think because of his ties and all the influence his football has had over the years through Johan Cruyff. We know Cruyff is one of the greatest players ever, and certainly the greatest player probably to never win a World Cup. I just think that he's going to do that as a way to sort of. Could you imagine if Pep manages the Dutch to a World Cup to win a World Cup? He'll be envied in the Netherlands more than what he is. He'll be praised as much as he is here in Manchester, at least by the blue half of Manchester. In the Netherlands, would be absolutely incredible. And I just think that would be like his way of sort of, repaying Cruyff for everything that he did for him.
I love the romance of that story.
Yeah, I really do.
I like that narrative.
I really do because I think he owes pretty much everything in his life in terms of football to Johan Cruyff.
Yeah, and he's never been shy of crediting Cruyff either.
Yeah, well, they say
that
little private room he has near the locker room where nobody's allowed to go in except for like the opposing manager at the end of every game. So all he's got in there is just I think he's got like a small shelf for a couple of bottles of wine, a few glasses, and there's a picture. There's like an oil painting or something of Johan Cruyff up there. Wow. That's all there is up there in that room.
Wow.
People don't understand what sort of influence Johan Cruyff had on his philosophy of football.
Yeah. I found the Anderson tweet, by the way. Do you want to hear it? I don't know how reliable the City Shack are. Total agreement in principle between City and Elliot Anderson for a contract until 2031, but he does attribute it to Nico Shearer, who is he's a pretty good kind of sports journalist, transfer market person, obviously not Fabrizio, with 400,000 followers. So
it's not quite off tone either, let's be honest.
No.
It wasn't Tone. No, I'm shocked.
No, he's not a Tone, Mr. ITK.
Yeah. Martin's the number one. Oh, he's gone.
He's gone.
I'll just go then. You're all right. That's all right. I'm just going to put this up, by the way. Outstanding.
Sorry. Yeah.
Look at that, man. Look at that. Beautiful.
Unbelievable.
I mean, that is a legacy of legacies, isn't it? Guys, don't tell me Arteta's ran this guy anywhere.
In 10 years.
Arteta's above it. Please,
in 10 years. That's what I'm saying to United fans.
Fucking hell.
He gave us the greatest decade in English football history. And they can't argue with that because Fergie didn't do it in 10 years. Took nearly 30 years.
Yeah, in order to get close to that, he has to go I think he has to go the next 3 years, a treble every year for the next 3 years.
Yeah.
But I prefer this one.
Yeah.
I like that.
That's the one outside the stadium.
Actually, that's a good question. Actually, we were just looking at those pictures of Pep, and Trev brought it up before about the statue. What statue is it going to be? Is it going to be suit and tie Pep statue? Is it going to be cardigan Pep statue? Is it going to be Puma truckies?
Might not be Puma at the minute. Might not.
Oh
be
yeah,
Puma
okay,
Yeah.
It won't be the one on his knees going.
Also-
Oh, it won't be that one.
Yeah, but
Puma have been a bit naughty.
but Martin, we may also see a few Etihad services cancelled in and out of Manchester as well.
Thank
Hey,
you.
man. Martin, when that 100 mil hits the bank, you know, I think some feelings will be. You know,
No, we're not naming the club. We're not renaming the club Pep Chester City. No.
no, we're not.
Don't discredit the home.
No, something that made me teary-eyed was his first press conference. When you guys seen his first press conference, how he said what he wanted to do with Man City and things like that. And it's like you kept every promise.
Yeah.
And more so.
Martin, I've sent you the Pep the Redeemer, by the way, if you want to share it.
You know what?
Pep the Redeemer.
I've not even seen the Pep video yet. I know it's 3 minutes long. I mean, I'd play it, but City will copyright me. I would play it, but City will copyright me on that. Well, the channel will get copywritten on that if we do that. So,
Martin, have you told everyone who's on next week?
Yes.
You broke that. You did, yeah.
Yes. Can you? I have messaged them. I'm waiting for a reply. By the way.
Sorry, what's his?
Jack Gorney's on next week. It will be recorded. It's not going to be live. It's going to be a 45-minute-ish thing. So what I'm going to do from Monday, I'm going to stick something in at Horsey City on Twitter. I'll put it in the community post on YouTube, and I'll also put the email out. If you want to email questions, we're not going to have time to put every question in, and don't ask silly questions on who we buying, what we buying. Guys, sensible questions. Questions that if you were stood in front of you, you would want to ask. Not, is it true Enzo Maresca's coming in and how long and what's his wage? We know that. We know it's Maresca. We know it's, come on, stuff that you...
Don't ask him about Trafford versus Donnarumma.
Yeah.
I've had enough. I've had well enough with that conversation.
Yeah, Martin's agenda against
you know what the top response will be to that? No, Alan, you're getting timed out again.
Yeah, it's like just Jesus.
Well, Jack supports Blackpool, so you can ask him about Pleasure Beach and Blackpool Tower.
I'm sure that's a pleasure.
It's the only pleasure Blackpool got.
Is it true? Is it true that Blackpool's the only place in the world where you can get chlamydia from fish and chips?
The reason we are
only if you pay extra for it. It's not free.
Yeah, it's definitely not.
Nothing's free in Blackpool.
It's too early for smoke stuff. No, it's not. No, Steve. It's recorded because I know you're only joking, mate, but we're recording it because if we do the live chat, which we love the live chat, it'll turn into a 2-hour show. Jack has not got 2 hours.
No,
he has very spare time, so we just want to. We've got 45 minutes to just bang the show, and yeah, it's just not that we're ignoring the live chat. The live, because you know us, we want to read the live chat because you guys take the time to put your comments in. Without you guys in the chat, there is no channel. You are the channel, not us. You lot. You are the legends of this channel, this community, this family. So that's why. So we're just going to do it, and we'll do it that way. Well, and I am still trying to get Stefan on. I asked him again on Tuesday. He's just the reason it's harder. And I know someone will put, "Oh, you always keep saying this," because I'm getting. He's very busy because at the moment he was dragged in to do the Southampton stuff on TalkSport, which he joked about on Tuesday. Actually, I went, "Has TalkSport asked you yet?" He went, "Yeah, I've already been asked to come in tomorrow."
So they've got him on the retainer, and so they should.
So that's what I'm saying. It's not as easy to grab an hour with people who are mad busy.
Are we going to get Bailey on this summer?
Yeah, I can ask.
Who are your dream guests? You could get anybody. Who would you want?
Jacker.
Tits out, Jackie.
Tits out, Jackie in the back of the taxi.
Yeah. We knew where that was going to be. We knew where that was going to be set up in.
What happened to that no smut, Martin?
What? Sorry, my connection, man.
Yeah.
I just
no. You and Jackie have always had a good connection.
Is there anyone else wants to say anything on this? Because I think
just to say on Jack, just to say when Jack comes in, we'll be able to hopefully chat about the first signing of the summer by the time this time next week. Hopefully.
Ooh.
That's it.
Well, go on. No, hang on. Not even I don't know. Go on.
Lamine Yamal.
Go on. No. You can't do
that. The players going out. It's the least we can do.
Tone, you can't do that. So I'm going to do this.
Who are we buying? Who should we sign? I reckon by this time next week we'll have one in.
Who? Name them.
We'll see, won't we?
Wait, doesn't the window open first?
Players.
Put it in the private chat.
Yeah, all right.
When does the window open?
June 1st.
June 15th. I know it's June.
So it's not this time next week. It's
Are you saying Elliot Anderson's going to be done in a week?
We'll have a month.
We're still in May. We're still in May this time next week.
We'll have a month of the pre-window though, which is like the worst month of the year. For
but yeah, by the way, anyone who doesn't want to do the I hate transfer shows, I'd switch off for the next 2 months because this is how you're going to get off everyone now is transfer shows.
That'll the OnlyFans channel that Marty's doing on the side.
We'll spend 3 hours speculating, and then LB will do 2.5 hours on Flight Tracker, tracking private jets across Europe. Yeah,
I was doing that for Calhoun the last 2 days. I found a lad on Twitter who will do it. So I asked him to track PJs coming in from Abu Dhabi.
Blue yeah, no, he agreed. Deserves a statue outside of town. Key to the city for me, Blue and I ain't joking on that. Key to the city. And do you know what? No, I'm going to say it. Screw it. If Ferguson can get the sir, why not?
Yeah. There is
I think there's a lot of stuff behind that.
I think he should get the same. He should get the same as our owner, His Royal Highness.
Sparkus,
you have to be a British national, Martin. So just to quash that.
Sparkus says name and shame. That's to you, Tone.
We'll see.
I think you can buy knighthoods. I think many foreign nationals have had.
Thank you, Sparkus.
You only have to buy a small part of land in Scotland. I think they call you a lord.
No, that's the laird. That's the laird title, not the lord.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and it's not legal. You don't. A mate of mine's got it. It's on his passport. He gets treated well on flights, though. He's Lord Terence. So I won't give his second name out because he bought it.
I'm sure they noticed that.
Knighthoods can be given, I think, to non-Brits.
Yeah, I think knighthoods can be given.
I think there's been plenty. Yeah.
Sir Pep Guardiola. Got a nice ring to it, that.
I like that.
Yeah.
Right, final thoughts, guys. Unless you want to carry on and I'll jump, but I just think we're going to end up repeating ourselves.
Not Cole Palmer. Not Cole Palmer. No. Please, no.
Martin, why is everybody leaving?
Wanted from Chelsea. Who's the guy? Colville. Do we like him?
Oh, Colville.
No, we don't need a.
I am concerned, we might.
I don't want Chelsea's garage sale.
No, Martin. I know you might not like this, Martin, but you have a center back with ball playing abilities there.
Hang on. Stop.
I know, Martin.
If Cavadio goes, if Cavadio goes,
Martin,
don't give me Cavadio and give me Victor Hayes. Piss off. Do not do it.
Victor Hayes is coming.
Victor Hayes.
Martin,
Victor Hayes.
We have to understand that you brought in Gahey for this exact reason, and you can have as a backup option. That's all I'm saying.
So we're going to sell Gamadio and not buy anyone.
You were talking on Spaces how about PSR and stuff. Yes, I think that's
selling. No, I said no. I didn't say. See, you got all. I knew that PSR thing gets mixed up because People don't understand what I was saying. What I was saying was Venom. I'll say it. Venom was splashing 350 million quid last night. Like,
okay, in a center back that you want to replace Gavardo will cost a lot of money, correct?
Right, and Gavardo going out would give you a lot of money, though.
But it's not what you said. We can't. It doesn't work like that.
No, it does.
When his agenda,
it doesn't. Of course, it does.
He wants.
What I said was, we weren't selling players. What's going on here? We weren't selling players.
Ozzy's still trying to figure it out.
What? That's an evil
one. Guys, what is going on here?
All I'm saying is, Mark, we're going to spend a lot of money on this midfield. All right? We're talking about maybe getting a winger that's going to cost a lot of money.
Yes.
Right?
No, what I'm saying is, Ed, you can spy a lot as long as you sell a lot. The players people were naming last night was not going to give you a lot of money. Someone like a Gavardo does.
But I'm saying, unless you're getting a Bastoni type player, I'd rather give Hayes a shot. That's all I'm saying.
For me, I'm going to say, if Gavardo wants to go, you're 100 million.
Yeah. Bring back Johnny Stone.
I think reports
are I heard Johnny Stone's guy's decent.
Yeah, we want 90 million euros.
And I don't think Bayern Munich will pay that.
Yeah. So I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
You're just being a right argumentative sub there, aren't you?
No, I'm just saying. If Gavardo, you have a ball-playing center back.
I'm not a fan of this morning, Ed.
He is
I'm not a fan of this morning, Ed. You're better after work, mate.
I know, it's so grumpy.
Yeah.
Martin,
you're right, mate.
Martin, I've got a question for you from Insta.
Well, he wants to keep Savinho for another year, but he doesn't want to bring Hayes in. Make that make sense.
Yeah, he's had a mad.
Martin, I got some shit for that. Go on.
Martin, got a question from someone called Sam off Insta. I promised him I'd ask you. This morning they messaged and said, can you ask Martin, why does he have a Kushanov, whatever he's called, agenda? So I would ask you.
I don't have a Kushanov agenda. I think Kushanov is an amazing player.
Can you rank our centre backs?
Hang on, stop it, because your shit's stirring now. What I said was,
it's no less than what you deserve.
No way. No one's been winding you up for the last 5 minutes.
Defend yourself.
Right, I'll do this on my own. We'll do a solo stream. Fuck's sake. Right. The point I said was, I like Kushanov, very, very good player. Think he's going to be world class. The point is, he is not above constructive criticism. And for some weird reason, when you criticize Kushanov, you get attacked. Every player can have constructive criticism. But for some weird reason, Kushanov is not allowed it. As is Cherka. That is all I'm saying. So I like Kushanov, yes. But he's not above criticism. There you go.
Agenda.
I don't have an agenda on Nico J. My thing with Nico J is
shit. That's bollocks.
No,
I've just had a look at it too. Speaking of Victor Hayes, he didn't get called up for the Brazil squad, so we should see him at preseason.
Oh, good.
Nor did Savio.
I can't wait. I can't wait to see what the commentators do with his name.
You know what it is? You know what we have to face? This is a new Manchester City now moving forward.
Mm-hmm.
And you know the way we should look on it? Excitement.
Definitely do.
Yeah. Optimism.
Yeah.
Excitement.
There's no other way.
New players. People, listen, there have been a lot of fans, let's not hide behind the bush, there are a lot of fans who've said, got a little bit stale, we need some new ideas. You're getting everything new now.
Yeah.
You're getting everything.
Pep said that in his he used the word stale in the press conference. He said, things can get stale. You need some new ideas, some new impetus, some new energy. And
I think and you're right, Trevor. And I think even the most optimistic fan, today would still. You got to honestly look back at 3 years ago after the treble season, and there is a sense of like, yeah, okay, look, let's see what we can do. But a lot of us were like, where do we go from here? That was as good as it could be.
Yeah,
and I know the Florida Royal was something great to achieve, was something great to pursue in that, but you got to feel like that treble season was as good as it got.
Yeah,
definitely. There was a United player who said that we'd have a hangover, or he used a different phrase. I can't remember the phrase for the next season. We went and won the fucking league. Do one.
Yeah, probably.
Swivel.
If I'm Maresca, I want to go to Haaland and say, Haaland, we're gonna make you the focal point, right? We're gonna run you in behind, right? Because there's often too many times, Haaland is, he is coming in the midfield. He's showing that aspect of his game, but I want to see more balls in behind. I want Haaland running to the goal with the ball coming to him more and more. I think we haven't, for all the, we've created a lot of chances in the box for him, and Pep's done a good job, but we've all been talking about maybe Haaland has not been utilized to his full potential.
That's something to do with Phil's form. That's the relationship. Cherky isn't that guy. I think we already know that. Cherky is not the provider guy. He's the chaos merchant. He's the vandal. He's the unpredictable.
Agenda from Trev. Look at that agenda there.
Damn it. I think what he does say is, ever since KDB has left, I think that weapon of using, balls over the top and direct balls to Haaland has kind of gone. So
yeah,
and Cherky just isn't that person at the moment. Could he be? Possibly.
We'll have a Horlicks before bed. I hate Horlicks.
Do you know my thing with Cherky when I said that was? It was to people saying he's up there with KDB. He's better than KDB. Talk about shoot your load too early, guys. Calm down a little bit.
Pause.
Yeah.
Calm down just a touch. He can be better than KDB. No one's ever said that. But KDB did 10 years, not 10 months.
Yeah.
That's all. For some reason, people, when I do it with a little bit of patience and calmness, everyone goes, you got an agenda.
But actually, I was being tactical. I wasn't being a tactico.
You're not allowed to be a tactical.
Do me top button up and get me nerdy voice on. You see, the thing about Turkey is that where's my Sabutio thing? The thing about Turkey, the university does the thing.
Is anyone live?
Got 77%.
You sound like Kermit the Frog.
Really do.
You look like it, Joe.
There's the stair where I sit.
There you go.
I used to do that at school. Yeah,
you don't get that on any other channel. Maybe there isn't any other stair.
It makes women wet.
Listen, I think this is a good way of ending it on this. On Sunday, we go there. I'm going to say again, the game is irrelevant. The game is completely and utterly irrelevant.
I mean, Villa's on the piss anyway, so
yeah, Villa's on the piss.
Fans will be, the Villa fans will be having a good time. Yeah,
people are going to do a cry along. There are still tickets available for Villa. You have to have been a member since 2025, so you can't just get one, sadly. Don't know if that's a good or a bad thing from City to do that, but maybe another time.
Cool. I'll be on my way.
But there are tickets, so if you want to get there, now it's there. Here's your chance. I imagine they'll get snapped up. Listen, we go there on Sunday and we say goodbye to 3 legends of the football club. And this is a new era. This is not the end of Manchester City. Manchester City will go forward from strength to strength. Rivals will say we're in the mud. 115. Pep's running away. All your players are jumping ship. People wanted a proper rebuild. You are getting a rebuild from top to bottom now, player-wise and coaching-wise.
Do we need a rousing chorus of Colo as well, seeing as he's off?
Yeah, Colo's going. And we thank Colo, we thank Pep Linders, we thank Pep, we thank Javier, we thank Lorenzo, we thank Bernardo, Stones. I'll do my private Rodri thing on my own, but it is what it is. And we just sing our heart out on Sunday. He's going to be baking in Manchester. So the sun is going to be out for Pep because we've already got a bit
of heat. How hot are they expecting?
The heat, well, we're at 23, 24, which is about
32, 33, isn't it?
32.
I'd need me big coat for that.
How do you cope with that?
Yeah, it's 22, 23 at the moment. Sunday, we're going into the 30s.
Yeah, how do you cope?
Bloody hell, Pat, the little drop of snow and all the schools closed.
350 tickets left. Thank you. I love that you do that app. It's amazing. I love that you do that app.
Well, Martin, I hope you're in the shade. I hope you're in the shade for that.
I can't rule out Rico Lewis because everyone's saying Rico Lewis. So maybe we say goodbye to him and whoever else. Calvin Phillips. Bye-bye. See ya.
Jack Grealish.
Okay.
Got a lovely Jesus, she'll get rid of it. Tea lady. Tea lady. Bye. Canteen lady.
We'll say bye to Rico at the co-op.
And I will be at the co-op and I will do videos. I'll turn them into shorts. I'm not going to film from the stadium because City will get a bit snipper.
Right at the back of a taxi.
They'll get snippy if you start filming inside the stadium. I was going to go live from the stadium, but I thought I might get in trouble for that.
Could you get away with them Google glasses with the camera in?
Oh, the Ray-Ban Meta, whatever.
No. You can do it. It's when you post it, they come after you.
Okay.
It's when it goes up, they start coming after you then.
Because if people started doing that, what they need to do is bring a load of go-go bar bouncers over from Thailand. Because they will slap you silly if you try and get in a go-go bar with those on.
And it's why, thank you.
Come
and tell
so I believe. I've never been to one, but my friends who go to go-go bars told me that.
No. I will be over. I'll be around the Pep Guardiola stand on Sunday.
Sort of.
That's something you've got to get used to now. Call it the Pep stand.
South stand?
Yeah.
Kiss my rear end.
This will be Pep coming to it. Pep on the phone coming to a game next year. Yeah, and where do you want to sit, Mr. Guardiola? In the me stand.
Yeah.
I wonder if we're going in the me stand.
You know what it is? Because it's the Pep stand, it's like it'll just be just like the old North stand. It'll be like there's no singing, and just because it's Pep, it'll be hand gestures and everything like that. Just thousands of people doing hand gestures.
We used to always swear that people in the North Stand at Main Road, took a little tartan rug and a flask. They were the tartan rug and flask crowd because they never sang.
Yeah.
I'm just going to do something. Hang on. I've just been sent one of the best photos ever.
Yeah, is that the one I've just sent you? It's from a guy called Jake off Instagram. Really, really good, this.
I need to get it, though. Right, I've got it. So,
here we go. Yeah, this is a cracker.
This is the best
Thank you, Jake. Thank you, Jake. Top man.
For the people watching on Instagram as well, big up to yourselves. Thank you very much. Come and sub to the Mancunian way as well. But this is the best one.
Wee.
That's what Pep thinks.
Yeah.
See that?
Do what?
Pep is in the mud.
It seems like wow, that's a great picture.
Yeah.
That's a great picture.
That's brilliant.
That might have to be my screensaver.
I think that might be the new channel logo.
Top man, Jake. Good lad sending that in.
Can I put my face on Pep?
No.
Why are you doing that for?
No, dear God.
That's like ruining the whole thing.
One next, you got to put your face on the bloody stand as well.
I know.
Right, yeah. So if you are there on Sunday, come and say hello. You're gonna need to console me on Sunday. It is what it is. And then if you're not there, come and say hello at the co-op as well. Yeah, it's been emotional. It's been emotional. We'll be back Sunday night. I'm gonna grab the weekend because I need to get to the hospital and everything at the minute. But I want to say a massive thank you to everyone who's come on. And for me, I just want to say a massive thank you to Pep Guardiola, to Bernardo, to Johnny Stones, and to everyone else who is going to leave Manchester City on Sunday. The list is as long as... Yeah, I mean, there's breaking news every 30 seconds at the minute. The stadium will be leaving in a minute. Yeah, just guys, it's not the end. It's a new era. It's the end of the Pep era, but Manchester City will carry on. We're not dead. We're not dying. We're not Pep Guardiola FC. We're Manchester City. We fight till the end. And we will do the Maresca stuff. We'll do that next week when that's all done and dusted. Let's thank you, Pep, first. He's going to get, rightfully, he's got the stand. He's going to get the statue. Yeah. 20 trophies in 10 years. And I hope, my biggest thing is I hope he has a great time wherever he does now. He's not leaving the club. He's still global ambassador. Need to make that very clear. He's still connected with the football club, which shows you what Manchester City means to him. Because he hasn't done that role at Barca, he hasn't done that role at Bayern. Doing at Manchester City. He is an honorary Manc. And we will love him, we will appreciate him, and I wish him all the happiness. Just go and be a husband and a father now. And let him have a great time. And you know what? The biggest thing that one day someone will realise, and I said this, you'll now see every rival channel and every rival fan will now completely change the way they spoke about Pep. For 10 years, it's been checkbook manager, needs all the best players, nowhere near anyone else. Now, he's no longer City manager. You will get the greatest ever. He's up there with the best tactical.
One of the big Arsenal channels posted something really complimentary without any snide remarks. And this is a guy who posts 115 bollocks all the time, but just posted this glowing tribute to Pep Guardiola. It's like, has he gone mad? But you're right, Martin, they will do that.
Yes, I will cry. I will. Yeah. And it is what it is, but yeah. Thank you to all. Ozzy, I'll let you take us on. You started it, you can end it.
Yeah, big thanks for everyone, as Martin said, for being on the panel. Thank you to everyone who's watched, everyone who's commented. Really appreciate it. Please hit those likes. And if you're not already a subscriber, why the hell not? And we will see you Sunday. And yeah, to everyone who's going to the game, it's going to be emotional. And have a good time and the best time as you can. Let's celebrate Pep and Johnny Stones and Bernardo Silva. And thank you to everyone. Good night. Well, good afternoon, I should say.
Good night.
So close, Ozzy. So close.
So close.